Hi guys. So I'm making this little addendum video to my episode on Penhurst because I actually forgot to talk about a really big thing and we need to talk about it. We need to talk about Annabelle, right? If you know, you know. So, little bit of background. Probably the biggest attraction at the Paracon convention was the Warren Occult Museum was there. And if you don't know who the Warrens are or were, Ed and Lorraine Warren, they were a couple of paranormal investigators slash demonologists. They did most of their work in like the New England and New York area in the 70s and 80s. And they actually worked a lot with the Catholic Church on different cases, specifically exorcisms. So they were really trusted amongst the paranormal community. They were a big deal for the time. And they became even more famous when they became the inspiration for the Conjuring movie universe. So I'm sure many of you people have seen those movies, and Annabelle the doll is an important character, I guess you could say, in those movies. So, um, super brief history about Annabelle. This was around 1970. The doll was a birthday gift to a nursing student named Donna in Connecticut. And after Donna received the doll, her and her roommates would talk about strange things happening regarding the doll. Like the doll would move on its own or change positions. They would find notes allegedly written by Annabelle, things like that. They consulted a psychic, and the psychic told them that it was a girl go like a little girl's ghost in this doll. When more paranormal things started happening, the Warrens were brought in to investigate. They found that it was actually a malevolent demonic entity attached to this doll, and this entity was looking for a human host, basically to possess a human. So one thing that Ed and Lorraine Warren had in their home, they had a room specifically for their collection of haunted objects or things with spirits attached to them, all sort of like toys or anything artwork. And they took Annabelle and put her in this room. And they put her in this like wooden and glass case. And going back to the movie, if you've seen the movie, the doll in the movie is a lot different than the real Annabelle doll. I will insert a picture here of the movie doll. So as you can see, she's like a really creepy porcelain doll versus the real Annabelle doll, which is a run of the mill Raggedy Ann doll. And this is a picture of the real Annabelle in her case. As you can see on the case, there is a big sign that says positively do not open. And this doll was blessed very regularly by a priest to contain this demonic entity. And one thing I want to point out about the Warrens is while they were alive, they kept all of these haunted objects in their house. Now they have passed on, and their collection has moved to their daughter and son in law. So when I heard that the Warren Occult Museum, including Annabelle, would be at Paracon, I asked myself a two-part question. Do I think that the OG original Annabelle doll is real? Yeah, I do. I think it is. It's plausible. Do I think that that is the same doll they're taking on tour? No, I don't. And I am so sorry if that disappoints you. I just got this like intuitive feeling that felt that this doll is a stand in because if the Warrens were alive this whole time and they kept Annabelle in their house locked away, and now they die and they're just gonna go and Annabelle's just gonna go gallivanting around everywhere. Like, isn't that sort of like a liability and like unethical if she really is that dangerous? Like, there have been reports of people dying like shortly after being in Annabelle's presence. So I was like, would they really put the mass population in danger like that? Like, I didn't understand. Like, if you bought a ticket, would they make you sign a waiver like, oh, you might die, but sign this? You know, I've seen Stranger Things. Years ago in the King of Prussia Mall, they opened a hot sauce store and they made customers sign a waiver to try the hottest hot sauce. You know, I just got this strong feeling like I said that it's not real. And I need your guys' help with this. Like I need to know if you went to this part of the tour, if you went and saw Annabelle, especially if you are an intuitive person, a witch, a mystic, a psychic, a medium, please debunk me and yell at me and tell me that I'm wrong. Like, did you see Annabelle? Did you see the doll? Like, how did you feel? What kind of vibes did you get? I need to know this, you know? I, and another reason I didn't go um, was because the tour was sold out. And honestly, it was expensive. Tickets were $65. We're on a budget here with this podcast. So I wasn't about to pay $65 for something that may or may not be real, you know? So please tell me in the comments, DM me, whatever. If you've ever seen Annabelle at Paracon or any other event, let me know your experience and what you felt. I'm really eager to know. All right. Well, have a good night, guys.